Okay, everybody. It's another fun day of TEW 2020 streaming here, as we're back to the Ruthless Aggression save we were doing with MLW. So just to go over a little bit of what's been happening. Let's see here. Let's go with my roster. Nope, not my roster. My storylines. There we go. That's the important part. Or actually, pre-booking. Pre-booking probably works best. Yeah. So these are sort of the four big matches we've sort of been building to, and really it's three big matches and one quasi-big match. As it's our main event's going to be Carino defending the MLW title against Sabu and Terry Funk, and we also got Sanjay Dutt defeating the light heavyweight title versus Loki, a Homicide versus Chris Hero, and a rematch from their 15-minute draw on one of the first TV shows. Bryan Danielson will face off against Jerry Lynn in a match with a 20-minute time limit. So those are like the four big matches that we're doing, and now we're just doing some more pre-booking as we head towards the the first big show here. And also we've got the Amazing Red preparing to do his show stealer gimmick, Teddy Hart with some morale issues because he's an asshole, and ECMO preparing to debut a own bulldozer gimmick. Production wise, let's see what is okay. Hired pro. Okay, TV networks don't care, so I don't really care as far as like network quality. But let's just run one more day to get to the next day. And I'm also on the latest patch, which I think should help with some stuff that's going on. I'm not on the latest version of the latest version of this mod, but you know, there's from what I looked on this thread on this forums, it didn't look like there was any like huge changes going on. Just some like general like changes on the back end. You know, if there's anything I see wrong, or specifically like with what's going on the back end, I'll deal with it just by doing some editing, especially with anybody connected here. So let's see here. AJ Styles is the new ROH World Champion. Good job for AJ. Noah had their big match, and Kobashi defeat Misawa back on 94. You know, because they're slowing down. Let's see here. Let's see if there's anything else interesting happening on this ROH show. Which we've got 400 people, so that's actually the correct like attendance ROH should be getting in 2004. Styles versus Joe. Danson going over Striker. Dutt going over Sabin. Butte doing Raven in a ladder match. Okay, that'll make sense. Explosion got a whole bunch of new shows. Okay. HHW got G Plus shot. Skull Murphy got won a title. Okay. Nothing else that important, so I think we can just roll from here. Okay, so let's go again. We're putting 2 TV shows, so we'll just roll from there. And this is sort of like our last build up to the Reloaded show. So. And yeah, also we're building up Nigel McGuinness, basically, debuting. And we're sort of, building up the Extreme Horsemen back up after they lost their War Games match back in September, I think, if I remember the correct build up. I think there's, yeah, I think that's the big stuff. No backstage incidents. Amazing Red is still injured. Okay, so let's go ahead and book this. Well, first let's change what we're booking, because yeah, as much as I don't want to go to. Let's find someplace nice in Florida. Sure. So we got Extreme Horseman promo to start things out, which is mainly going to be a Reno promo, as both Sabu and Terry Funk are off screen. Then in what can be considered our, okay, so, and we'll add an angle to explain this in a bit, but we've got ECMO going over Teddy Hart. in, let's call it 6 minutes. So we got ECMO going over, a decisive win. And before that, we'll have right, okay. Let's see here, best in the world. Hold on, I thought there was something else. No, okay, no, there's not. Never mind. Samoans introduce their newest member. So this is just ECMO. What does ECMO look like as far as menace? I want to make sure he's not totally menace. Oh, okay, there we go. Yes. And then we got Samu and Rosie. Now, who's the other member who's here? Mana. There we go. Yeah. So we got TJ Wilson tries to save. ECMO kills him too. So just ECMO. And then TJ dying for our sins. Okay. So yeah, introducing your partner, Wilson trying to save. Oops, let me edit that just so it makes sense as far as what's actually being said. So ECMO kills, not kills, but kills him too. Then we'll do a backstage promo with a low-key promo. Keep that relatively short because, you know, it's low-key. And then we'll have in a match, low-key, going over one of our baby faces. I don't want to do one of the hearts because they're already on the show. M-Dog 20, yeah, M-Dog 20 can do the job. Poor M-Dog. This can go 8 minutes. We'll throw the steal the show gimmick on it. And low-key will go over decisively. Oops. I forgot to say that. Oops, my bad. That was my bad. Let's try that again. Loki versus M-Dog. 8 minutes. Steal the show. Loki goes over. Decisive win. Then we'll book the segment. There we go. Then we'll have another Nigel McGuinness training video. Then let's see here. Hey, yeah, I know. Ooh, I actually like that idea. So, We'll put Raven over both of the Shane twins. Then we'll add an accessory angle before it. Right there, and then Vamps there. So we've got then Vamp. Hero hits now in the coffin on Raven. Okay. And then we'll actually, we'll book an actual main event here. Which, okay, so we don't want to do Funk, anything we do with, wait, did I already do that? I feel like I already did that. Okay, yeah, I already did that for our first show. But, okay, this actually works as a fun little main event match for the first night of the show. So, on one side we've got Chris Hero and Jerry Lynn. On the other side we've got Homicide and Bryan Danielson. So let's go 13 minutes. In the end, Jerry Lynn will get the win over Bryan Danielson. Open match, we'll call this baby in the ring. It'll be an all-out match. And it'll be a decisive win for Jerry Lynn. Okay, it'll be a flash pin for Jerry Lynn. Also, your Bryan Danielson, you shouldn't be complaining about anything. Let's see here. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, I'll keep you strong. See, Bryan Prima Danielson Danielson. What can you do with him? Okay, let's see here. We got. So yeah, we'll book that. Okay, so we need to cut at least a minute here. Okay, let's wait. Do we need to actually? Yeah, we still need to have a storytelling match, so this can be our storytelling match, and the story is ECMO's killing this motherfucker. Whoops, let's say this will be ECMO. We'll book the segment here. Then we'll cut a minute. Yeah, we'll cut a minute off this. Let's see, we got 7, 17, 27, 42. Yeah, okay, that's more than enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and run this show. So we start out with the Extreme Horsemen, and Carino cuts a promo where he's like, you know, I'm still the greatest wrestler in the world, as proven by this MLA world title. And yeah, both Sabu and Funk can think, you know, they're more extreme, they're more rough, but that doesn't matter because I'm a better professional wrestler. And also it doesn't matter because I know you both of you are idiots. And you, at the end of the day, you're going to fight each other because you both, at the end of the day, no matter how, you know, friendly you try to act, you both want to be the top dog. So doesn't matter what you try to do, and doesn't matter what limitations get placed on me, I'm still going to walk out of Reloaded as the MLW World Heavyweight Champion. 47, solid stuff. We have ECMO. Basically, the Samoans come out saying they've got a new member of the family, and his name is ECMO. Okay, so he comes out, gets a 28. He got a gimmick of 20, very good for a Samoan Bulldozer. So, small penalty to star quality, penalties for taking part in comedy, small boost to charisma and psychology. So, not bad at all, as far as the differences here. Then in the actual match, ECMO kills Teddy Hart in 5:18 by pinfall with Samoan Slash. This gets a 29. And then TJ Wilson tries to save, but ECMO kills him quickly too. So, just imagine TJ Wilson running in, trying to save, like, running at him, ECMO is ready for him, hits, like, Samoan, that, like, sort of like in Wild's big Samoan drop, and then a splash on TJ Wilson as well. So that gets a 37. And then low-key promo, he goes, you know, Sanjay Dutt is only Groom Junior Heavyweight Champion because low-key was not in that tournament. Nope, I don't know if low-key was not or not in that tournament. So he was in that tournament. You know, there's some bullshit reason why he's lost. But low-key gets a 30. And then in the actual match here, gets a 38 as low-key goes over M-Dog 20 in 829 pinfall with the Key Crusher 99, which gets us a 38. Both guys did actually pretty good in the ring, and the match got the crowd buzzing. And then we go back to the Nigel beginner's training video, where it shows Nigel training in the ring, doing all his fun European stuff, heavy bag, then Nigel McGuinness coming soon, or however you want to put it. Then we have a promo where Vampiro's in the ring with the Shane twins. He's like, Shane twin, Vampiro, Raven, says you want to cleanse yourself. Well, I've got 2 new followers here, and they want an opportunity at their own to resolve their own sins. So I've said, if they can take you apart in this ring tonight, they can join my flock, or something like that. So this gets a 51, and in the actual match, so I just imagine, basically, this is a quasi-hardcore match where just, Shane and Mike, try to go after, but Raven's too smart for him. Eventually, he tosses, Mike Shane runs into Sean Shane. Mike Shane gets thrown outside. Raven hits the even flow DDT, and he gets the win. So Raven gets a 60. These 2 guys get crappy ratings because they're the Shane twins. And, yeah, this gets a 45. And then after the match, we have a quick promo, not quick promo, but a quick angle where Vampiro slips in as Raven is tired after taking on 2 guys, 1-on-2, and he just wallops Raven in the back and then hits the nail in the coffin on him. That gets a 31. And then we have our main event of the evening, of this show, of the taping at least, where Christopher and Jerry Lynn defeat Homicide and Brian Danielson in 12:42, when Jerry Lynn pins Brian Danielson with a surprise roll-up. Well, I'm not going to end it. Basically what happens here is it's a pure 6 brawl. Everybody's in the ring, everybody's fighting. Homicide and Danielson basically running into each other. Danielson turns around, walks right into a creative pile driver from Lynn, and Lynn gets the pinfall 1-2-3 to end the show. And that gets us a 45. Okay, or 44 rather. Okay, still not bad, because it increased our popularity. So let's go ahead and now book the second show of the evening, because we're booking 2 shows at a time here. So again, we'll begin the opening, after last week. Upset and Homicide. And Lynn. Then let's see here. Who haven't we actually used yet? Okay. Let's do that for a match, actually. So we'll have a tag team match player. We're going to have Extreme Horseman taking on the SAT. Yeah. And this will go 8 minutes. It's not going to be for the titles, but what will happen is Simon and Diamond will go over. It's an open match. We'll try to steal the show, but it'll be a tainted win for the champions. And then after the match, Havana pick pulls, attack SAT, make belt motions. So we got Ricky Reyes. We got Joel. And then sort of in the back, we got Simon and CW you know, sort of be like, what do you want to translate us, you know, or what, however you want to put it. So then let's see. So that opens the show. We gotta do some. Okay, yeah. So then we have Terry Funk on his ranch. He'll go through Sabu or Karina. And this can be a longish promo because it's Terry Funk. He can cut a fucking promo. Let's see here. What's the other? Okay, we got ECMO, we got Loki, we got Dut, Carino, Vampro, Homicide, Heavens, Smiley. Oh, yeah, okay, that can be a fun little match we can do. So we'll have. Wait, is that another match I already did? I feel like that's a match I already did. Yep, okay, that's a match I already did. But we can do another match instead. So we'll do Sabu versus Norman Smiley. Sabu will go over. Be a wild brawl. Can be an open match, but a decisive win for old Sabu. We'll go ahead and have. Who will we have run in? Sabu points at ceiling. That's what Sabu does. Then let's see here. What else do we want to do? I kind of want to build up it from last. Yeah, actually, that. Okay. Well, okay, so we need at least 40 minutes of wrestling, give or take, so. Okay, let's see. Who do we. Okay, got Raven. Yeah, okay, so we'll have a quick Raven promo. I will have my redemption. That off screen. Then in the actual main event of the evening, we'll have Steve Carino. Yeah, actually, that works. That totally works. We'll have Steve Carino and Loki taking on Sanjay Dutt. And. Yeah, actually, there we go. That's a wacky match. That's a wacky match that can go 14 minutes. And in the end, Vampiro can get the win over Raven. It can be storytelling, an open match, and a tainted win. Oh my god. Here, keep strong. There you go. Be happy, Raven. Are you happy? There you go. Thank you. Be happy. And then. So, yeah. There we go. Okay, so let's start this go home show. So we start the show basically with Danielson backstage, kicking things, like throwing some stuff. You know, he complains about Homicide being a crappy partner, but what can you expect from a thug? Because it's 2004, we can still be politically incorrect. He's like, Lynn, you probably think you're special because you got a pin on me. Well, that was luck. That was a tag match. That doesn't matter. At Reloaded, I'm going to tap you out. There's nothing more to it. 31, not the worst promo, not the best either. In our opener, Jesus, this was a good match. We've got the Extreme Horsemen of Simon Diamond and CW Anderson defeating the SAT in 8:30. And when Diamond pinned Jose Maximo with a Simonizer after JJ Dillon interference. So yeah, this gets a 56. And then after the match, basically have Fan and Pitbulls attack the SAT, and then they make the belt motions at the Extreme Horsemen who are on the outside, sort of like, what are you talking about? Hey there. Like, you know, why are you, like, you know, we got the titles. If you want a title shot, you know, whatever. We don't care. We're the Extreme Horsemen. We don't need to give out title shots to whoever asks for them. They can do that, like, all with a shrug and stuff. So that gets a 33 as we move on. And we got a Terry Funk, decently long Terry Funk promo match where basically he's like, you know, he's on his ranch with his horses or whatever, and he's like, Steve Corino, you're a yellow nose, banana nose. Yeah, I'm starting to do it now with TEW 2020 coming out, and my WCW series isn't over. I've just been sort of, I got a little, what's the word I'm looking for here? I got a little distracted by other stuff, but I'm finishing up some stuff to do with Starrcade, and I'll be posting Starrcade, and then I'm also working on converting that save over to TEW 2020, and hopefully I'll be able to like start the 2003 in the save with in 2020 as opposed to doing other stuff. Let's see here. So yeah, and as part of that turning over is I gotta add attributes, edit stuff. So, but the plan is to get Starrcade out. Hopefully, well, I have Starrcade done, but I want to do a Starrcade preview, and that's taking longer than expected. So I'll get that out, and then hopefully Starrcade, and then the year-end stuff, and then hopefully by the time I get all of that out along with everything else, I'll have the 2003 ready to roll. But yeah, basically Funk does a promo. He's like, you know, he'll go through Sabu or Corino for the title at Reloaded. So then Sabu goes over Norman Smiley in 809 with Raven Soul Crusher. This is just a get Sabu over match. Goes 809, decent match. Yeah, good match because it's Sabu, and Smiley's a good worker. And then Sabu points at the ceiling for 2 minutes because that's what Sabu does, and that gets a 45. Then Raven basically does a pre-match promo where he's like, if the Emperor wants to take me back into the monk, but no matter what, I will have my redemption. Either at Reloaded or no matter how I have to do it, and that gets a 41. Then in our main event of the evening, we got Low-Key and Vampiro going over Sanjay Dutt and Raven in 13:59 when Vampiro pins Raven after using a foreign object, so chair, stick, whatever you want to throw in there. And that gets a 44. Raven carried the match. Yeah, 55. Low-Key got a 38, which was actually pretty good. Low-Key and Vampiro did not work well as a team, which, I'm not exactly surprised by. And then in sort of our show closing moment, basically, we're quote-unquote backstage, and the Extreme Horsemen sort of cornered Sabu, won an old, this would be like a late 70s pickup truck for 2004? No, like mid-80s pickup truck for 2004. Basically pulls up, and Terry Funk comes on. He's like, yeah, I'll go through Sabu to take the title, you yellow nose, banana nose sons of bitches, but until that day, we're all going to be 100%. That includes you, you geek Steve Corino, and that gets a 56. And to finish the show out, so we get a 48, which is, I think, our best show so far, which is good for our go-home show. That's always helpful, to actually have a good go-home show, as opposed to a bad go-home show. Let's see if anything else interesting happening here. Survey says... Oh, this is also the end of the month. So, actually, okay. Amy Wimmer graduated to the WWE. That's hilarious. Shawn Michaels. I actually like it a lot. Like, I understand the initial problems people had with, like, the UI and stuff. Well, like, the two things people didn't like was UI, which has largely been fixed, and the product stuff, which I never really had a problem with, because if you need your 10% comedy, whatever, weird fed, like, that's not my problem, you know? So that stuff, like, and everything else, like, the stuff with stables, the changes to booking where you can, like, change a match without having to restart with everybody, because I don't know how many times I, like, booked a tag match, realized I put, you know, person A, like, I don't know, two people, you know, Billy Silverman instead of Billy Kidman or whatever, whoever in the match. I had to restart from whatever. And, like, and like, the little stuff, like, the changes to, like, the perception I actually like. So, like, yeah, in general, I really like it. I understand the people problems had with it, and I enjoy the fact that, you know, it's good that there have been updates and everything, you know? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's been every TEW. Like, I mean, that's also pretty much every... I mean, I'm sure there are sports sims where there's less, like from what I played of, like, Football Manager, there's less, but yeah, like, probably, yes, Adam needs to figure out how to code in something made, you know, in this decade, but also, like, I think in any sort of sim game, like, there's going to be a lot of windows, because let's all remember, despite all the fun graphics, we're all just playing a bunch of spreadsheets, you know? And yeah, the product thing is, like, I really don't get that people are so upset about it. Like, first of all, 99% of the time you can still book however you want. It just means you won't be able to book however you want without actually getting some penalties from it. Like, and that, yes, your weirdo fed that's a lucha, hardcore, pure sport, you know, I don't know what else, you know, cinematic fed will not actually work, because that would not actually work in real life, you know? I don't know. And yeah, the tournaments are good too. Especially in about, you know, in a couple months here when I get back to Mayhem and my WCW save, being able to do the Mayhem tournament just in the game, as opposed to having doing wacky, having to make sure I have it all in my notepad as I book. But yeah, let's look here. So let's look here. Okay, decisions. Oh, right. Yep, Jerry Lynn. Sure. Mail, let's see here. We finished. Ouch. Let's see how they booked the row number. Okay, so... Oscar Rose tweets... Oh yeah, attributes are really good too. I mean, as long as they're actually added. Like, I mean, the one bad thing is, like, there's no real quick way to, like, quickly add them, but, you know, what can you do? But yeah, like, if you look at, like, how the W, like, booked this, like, this makes I mean, like, the A booking is going to be a little wacky, but, like, you know, most of this stuff makes sense, you know? Matt Hart, Molly defeated Lita, Chris Benoit defeated A-Train, The Rock had an interview, and Rick had an interview. Los Guerreros went over Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, which, okay, is not the right booking, quote-unquote, but makes some sort of sense. And then Shawn Michaels won the Royal Rumble. Trish Stratus going over Victoria Dawn Reed, getting 92, I guess, is them being rated all on sex appeal, which, okay. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm going to end up adding them myself for the, that's what I'm in the process of, and in the converted save I've done is just having to add them for everybody in my WCW, everybody in the WWF in that save, just, and for various other major people, just because, like, yes, I don't care what, you know, I don't care if, for example, let me just look at random workers here real quick. Like, I don't care if, Adam Flash's attributes are correct in my converted save, but I want to make sure, like, Steve Austin's and, like, Mudo's and, like, all my guys and all the WF guys' attributes are, like, somewhat correct, just in case I add them, or also so that, the actual simulation makes some sort of sense, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah. It is tedious in hell, but, what else can you do? Are we... Okay, so we are upgrading stuff. Let's see here. Danielson likes MDog20. Cool. Well, he eventually got okay. Storylines wise, world title 3 ways up to 49, 40, 37. There we go. Okay, so that's all good. Let's see here. Looking at our events and TV availability. Okay. Right, okay, so right, okay, so so that'll work. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Good, on this, just to see if it goes over. Let's see here. And, come on. You can do it. Okay, Raw, Bismarck, I'll hire Conan. Okay. Let me go back to because I just want to look at my schedule. Okay, so events and TV. Every other Sunday. So I just did... Since I did it on... Hold on. Right, so that got 0.03. So that was right, and then the next Monday show should be the last, right? Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, that makes sense. And let me look at my TV schedules, availability. Let's see here. So yeah, let's adjust that to go back to Monday. There we go. And we'll just let this roll through, see if anything else interesting happens. So yeah, we've got our big show in 2 weeks here, which we'll book, and then depending on where we're at, I might book the next TV show. I actually like it. Like, I mean, they have their problems that they're basically weirdly they're sort of in the position that like they lose a lot of people a lot of times, so their like booking is sometimes strange, where like you'll have a guy that's like booked strong for like 2 or 3 TV tapings and then you never see him again. But I actually enjoy it. Like, I actually like they probably had like the best TV show during like 2018 and the early parts of 2019, because even putting us like, I mean, I don't count New Japan because New Japan's weekly TV show is not a weekly TV show, you know. But like, yeah, the actual like MLW weekly show was like really solid. Like I haven't watched it in a couple months, partly because just in general I haven't been like that into actual wrestling because the whole wacky thing we're currently involved in the world. But like before that, like yeah, I was actually enjoying their show, even though like there are some people on there that I don't quite get why they were being pushed so hard. Oh, what was his name? Yeah, like Mance Warner, like he seems fine, but yeah. And there were other people on there that like sort of showed up for a minute, then left again. That was kind of funny. But like one reason why I decided to run him in this save, or not this save, but in this mod, is this was basically like the end of their original run because they like ran like 3 shows in early '04. Um, but then they like didn't exist after that. So it's funny to see what they could do, if something's actually happened. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. The reason I like them is they're booked far, like they're booked, like yeah, like well ROH, well Arch. It's weird to call Archie Flash in the Pan when they run for 15 years, but I get what you're saying about it. Um, MLW is closer to. I don't even know what to call them exactly because they're not TNA like. Because like they're, I mean, they're kind of like, not in the exact way they book, but in a way like sort of they have to like deal with sort of the scraps because they're sort of like the lowest priority for most people a lot of the times, or they get people stolen from them. So like storylines have to be rewritten and everything. Is a sort of like middle to like late ECW. Right, yeah. Right, yeah. Like they're like late ECW, like after all a lot of the original guys have been signed up by WCW or WWE, and they sort of like had to scramble and build up new people and find new people to push. Except in this case, they have like actually talented guys instead of having to convince us that Justin Incredible is a person who actually deserved to push. You know. That was Paulie's initial hubris, thinking they could actually convince people that Justin Credible was a guy worth pushing. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a far more stables, managers, storylines, as opposed to like a lot of what like I mean honestly like what a lot of companies, especially indie companies, push, which is like, here, watch these guys have 20-minute good matches. Here, watch the other 2 guys have a 20-minute good match, which, whatever. That's fine, but eh. Back out. AEW won the tag titles. One thing realistic. This is a match with Jeff Jarrett taking on Shane Douglas, Sting taking on Kid Cash, AJ Styles, Raven defeated Low-Key, and it's still only got 10,000 buys. Yep, that makes sense. How much longer do we got to go? Okay. We'll do that booking. Yeah, we'll just let it run through here. See if anything else weird pops up. I'll probably just book the... I mean, I could book the Reloaded show and see if we need to bring up everybody else. Rob Black, your reputation should not be 100. Yeah, that's it. Like, that's sort of the problem is at a time when, like, my joke is always that, yeah, you can't, like, everybody can have, like, almost basically anybody can have a 20-minute good match these days, which means that, like, stuff like talking is more important, but the problem is now we have a whole generation of wrestlers who realize the way, at least to get on the indies, to get noticed is to have good matches, but they never learned how to talk, which is how you end up with, like, the current wrestling scene where MJF, who I don't think is terrible or anything, but MJF doing a totally fine to good, like, 80s heel gimmick is considered this, like, genius, like, guy. When less, yes, he's a perfectly fine, solid heel. Like, he would have a perfectly good upper mid-card, you know, heel run in some territory in 1987. But he's not, like, some genius or anything. But the problem is, like, yeah, compared to most people on the current rosters, he is one of the best talkers, Okay, they're doing this thing where Noah's... Okay, yeah, that's too bad. And let's see here, any emails? Well, it's on their production challenge that I don't care about. Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like, yeah, I mean, I'll give him this. Like, he actually does try to be a good, like, real heel, but the problem is, like, the current audience is, like, all smart fans, so, like, even good heels still get cheered, which is weird, That's why, like, why actually, why the only people who can consistently booed are so-called quote-unquote bad workers. Like... But yeah, MJF is a good heel in 2020 because he actually tries to be a heel. But because he's now considered a good heel, like, he'll probably start to get cheered soon, unless he, like, really turns up the heel heat somehow. Like, he has to, like, start looking at some Mick Foley matches from, like, 1995 ECW right before he left and how he was wrestling, to make sure he doesn't actually start getting babyfaces pops during his matches. Let's see, we got Reloaded, and then let me just make sure the schedule, because I think that's correct. Let's see here, make sure availability. Reloaded, yeah, okay. I did not think ECMO was going to be gone for that often. Okay, that's unfortunate. Actually, well, you're in here for a second. Let me... So one thing I've been doing as part of the downtime and while just being work is basically creating, like, preview graphics for all the Starrcade matches. So this right here, which if it should come up, yeah, is the preview graphic I have for the Starrcade match between the Deadpool and Sting, Luger, and DDP for Starrcade. Including Fat Guy Lestat, we got Macias in the background, Vampiro, then we got Sting, Luger, and DDP. And also, like, this is just my general quasi poster I've made for it. Yeah, probably the toughest part was finding a good background image that was a graveyard that didn't look too goofy. But yeah, anyway, let's see if we can... let me make sure there's nothing important happening here. Right, no, okay, that's Steven Figueroa's. So I'll get to the next show here, and then we'll go from there. Hey. Hey! Let's see here. As we're waiting for this to run through, because yeah, we'll get to the actual show. We'll book that, and then we'll go from there. I think I'll probably, yeah, I have time. I'll go through and book the first TV show after this big event here. No, that the graphics you probably saw as you came in was for a different save I run for a different series I run on YouTube that I was just showing Blank Apple here because he was a viewer of that series. I'm doing MLW in the Ruthless Aggression Mod, and we're about to book the first big show after doing some TV tapings. Here, metal. Let's see here what we got. Get. No effect, unfortunately. So, pre-booking. So. Can go for 20 minutes. It'll be another draw, another open match. They'll call it in the ring. They'll slow build this, and it'll go be another time limit finish. Okay, so we'll add this. And this will be about 10 minutes. Homicide will go over. It'll be an open match. Homicide will win taintedly after the outside interference of the pit bulls. And then we'll have this go 14. No. No, because the thing is, he and Sean Waltman started at basically the same time in the early 90s up in Minnesota. So, and then Lynn, yeah, he worked a little under a mask. Well, no, but he basically, the whole time he was in WCW, he worked under a mask as Mr. JL. And then, yeah, then he left the ECW. So even though he really wasn't that old, he looked old. So they gave him like the Griddles veteran gimmick, even though he's like probably like in the median. He was like probably in the median age of the actual roster there. So we'll have Sanjay Dutt go over. We'll have them steal the show. It'll be an open match. Decisive win for Sanjay and a pinfall victory for the Himalaya Playa. Well, I'm sorry, Loki. You can be unhappy. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, that's where, that's where Loki learned all his kicks from. Layla, obviously. And, where he learned how to strike. From the wife of the most feared striker in the WWE, The Undertaker. Let me double check these guys' stamina. because I'm not 100% sure if they can go. Okay, 68. 68. Okay, 90. He's fine. I'm kind of worried about Terry. Terry's okay, 61. So yeah, we'll keep this at 14. We'll have Regent's notes. Steve Carino. He'll pin Funk. It'll be a wild brawl. I'm sure he did. Well, I'm sure he did after Vince told him to say that, after The Undertaker gave him the idea. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm not sure, like, realistically, the MLW audience in 2004 would be okay with a slow-built throughway match with these guys. So I figure, have go 14, be a wild brawl, and then we'll move on with our angle afterwards. Yeah. When you're being basically screwed over because you can't get along. So be happy, Sabu. But yeah, Loki was an asshole before he had any real rights to be an asshole. So yeah. I'm shocked he ever got on WWE TV, let alone even though it was that super short run. I did not know that. It's not exactly shocking though. Let's see here. We got Raven. Yeah. Vamp. Raven will go over. Decisive win. Okay, so we'll have this open things up. Danielson will probably be our second best match. Not yet, only because, like, I haven't, like, again, like, I try to be somewhat realistic, so I'll probably add in, well, I don't think I could get pay-per-view stuff yet, so this will be, like, this is, like, old school ECW, where our first TV show after the event will basically be, like, recaps of the event, and then going from there, you know? Yeah, I'll see if I can get on TV for the next show. I'm not sure if I can, though, because we might still be too small to get anything worth it as far as TV deals go. Let's see here. Tag teams. Exclude already booked. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to do. So we'll do a... four-way tag team, and tag team view. We'll have the Extreme Horsemen, the Havana Pitbulls, the SAT, Mona Island Tribe. This will go 12 minutes. It'll end with Simon Diamond going over Mana. It'll be a Mayhem, because it's going to be a Tainted Win, Pinfall, Outside Interference, as Teddy Hart will cause Mana to lose. Tag titles will be on the line. Oops. Fine, JJ. You raging this. Yeah, I mean, welcome to early 2000s wrestling. A lot more drugs, far fewer video games going on here. Let's see here. I feel like there wasn't that much I wanted to book. I just want to make sure. Not really. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Low-key. Yes, I know you're unhappy. Oh, right. That's the other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to do... Nigel McGuinness making his publicized debut here in MLW, taking on Norman Smiley. It'll go 10 minutes. Nigel will go over. It'll be our storytelling match. It'll be an open match. Called in the ring. And it'll be a decisive win for Nigel. And... you know, I don't care if you're unhappy, Norman. You're Norman Smiley. Okay. So we'll have Kevin Kelly doing the Joey Styles kind of opening to things. We'll have Sanjay Dutt celebrating with his title. He'll be so happy. He won. We'll have Nigel and Norman shaking hands. Yay! You both got it. Okay, so we'll have now. I'm gonna go over Norman. Oops. Okay, so we'll have this angle, so we'll have Homicide. Attacking Chris Hero, who will be saving. Yeah, that makes sense, especially because you don't have to deal with the fact that TNA won't want to book him because he gets hepatitis and or he has insane concussion problems. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but he was like, if you ever heard him talk about it, he's one of those cases where it's like, yeah, you need to get out because otherwise you would have ended up, you know, lots of sad tweets being written about you way too soon. So Joel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. And that can run straight into this match. Then we'll have the Extreme Horsemen celebrate. Okay. And then and Jerry Lynn is there. And then to end our show, Carino gets out of dodge by Funk on Sabu. And then let's go ahead and add let's add our wacky match in here. So we got a 6-way singles match. So we got Cruel, Jack, there we go. You guys go out there and do flips for 10 minutes. And Modest, you can go over. Okay. Actually, this can be right after there we go. Right, okay, so let's get rid of... No, I did not. I'm kind of scared this... Oh, right, oh, shit, we don't have another referee. That's my bad. Well, John, you get to be a little worse than normal. That's unfortunate. Or, let's see here. Let's see if we can hire somebody local. Yes. No, whoops, let me... I'm going to guess they're very interesting in a way that'll get AEW fans to defend them, even though if the WWF did them, they call them stupid. Okay, so let's go back to the booking. Now let's go to hire local worker. I mean, the last part's just, you know, a casino chip instead of a casino chip instead of a briefcase is fine. That's just, you know, whatever. That's the gimmick. But yeah, having them enter every 90 seconds, that seems weird. That seems very why does that, like, why would you do that? Okay, so now we can go back to okay. Yeah, that's it. Doesn't seem the best. Alrighty, I think we're all set here for MLW Reloaded in 2004. So let's get rolling from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale Armory in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So basically, we have Kevin Kelly coming out to basically, welcome up, old school ECW style. People may chant LW. Brian Danielson interrupts. He basically, yells at the fans for being loud ingrates who want it to be 2004 forever. Then he's like, and he says, tonight you'll see that Jerry Flynn is an over-the-hill idiot and that I'm the future of professional wrestling. So that gets a 38. And our opener, which gets a 45 because Dutt and Loki are both pretty solid workers. Dutt goes over Loki in a decent match in 13:35 with the Bombay Splash. He makes the first defense of the junior heavyweight title. This gets a 45. And then Dutt celebrating gets a 31, which isn't great, but isn't terrible either, because it's a 2-minute angle. Then in Nigel's... Whoops, let me see here. Oh, that doesn't matter. Nigel McGuinness makes his debut and defeats Norman Smiley in 9:48 by submission with the Tower of London. And this gets a 40. And Nigel already is getting an in-ring performance of 33, despite not really being over yet. So that's solid. And then Nigel and Norman shaking hand gets a 14. Then in a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat, in a 6-way singles match, Michael Modest defeating Jack Evans, Roderick Strong, M-Dog 20, Chad Collier, and Puma in 10:24. When Modest pins M-Dog 20, this gets a 39. Okay, so Evans and Strong was our best performers, with M-Dog right behind them. Okay, not terrible though. This gets a 39. And then Homicide defeats Chris Hero in 9:42 by pinfall in a terrible match. Okay. With a 187 following interference from Ricky Ray. So, the Pitbulls run in, attack Hero. Homicide is able to hit the 187, get the pinfall victory. So that gets a 32. And then we have a 3-on-2 beatdown, or 3-on-1 beatdown it should be, until the Maximos run in to stop things, and that doesn't really get the the Pitbulls and Homicide to get away because they're both small, but there's a tag match up next. So they decided to, discretion is better part of valor for now. And this gets a 27. Then in our tag team title match, the Extreme Horsemen defeat the Fanda Pitbulls, SIT and Samoan Island Tribe in 11:41. Simon Diamond pinned Mana with a Simon Series following interference from Teddy Hart. And the Extreme Horsemen make defense number 1 of their MLW tag titles. So yeah, everybody did pretty good in here, aside from Romero, who only was a 31, but Diamond got a 60. But everybody else was solid. Crowd didn't like the overbooked match of the match. That's unfortunate, but still we got a 40, which is still pretty good. And let's see here. Then the Extreme Horsemen celebrating gets a 50. Okay, good that I'm basically ending this angle right here. So Raven goes over Vampiro in a hardcore match in 10:05 by pinfall. When he hits Vampiro with the even flow DDT. So there you go. That gets a 51. And then Raven basically picks up Vampiro, hits another even flow, then walks away. So that gets a 43. And about had a good wrestling, a decent reaction from the crowd. Brian Danielson drew with Jerry Lynn in 20 minutes when the time limit expired, and that got a 55, which might be our best match of the night. So basically, what happens is again, Danielson is about to get in the cattle mutilation once again when the time expires. So as referee explains that the time expired, you didn't get the win again. He freaks out. Lynn rolls for the outside, shrugs, and walks away as Danielson freaks out in the ring. So that gets a 43. And then in our main event of the evening, it's Carino versus Sabu versus Funk. And like I said, it's a wild brawl, everybody fighting each other. But basically, at the end, Sabu goes for the triple jump moonsault on Funk. On Carino. No, sorry, my bad. So basically, Funk has hit the pile driver on Carino. He's going for the pinfall. Sabu comes in, hits the Arabian facebuster on both guys who are down on the ground. That gets Funk upset. So, him and Sabu are pushing each other. Sabu tosses Funk to the outside. but Sabu is behind, and that allows Carino to come from behind and hits his finisher to pick up the win. No, Funk tosses Sabu out to the outside after punching him a couple times, and then Carino hits the old school explosion to get the win. Or it's a super kick, but it's an old school explosion. So this gives a 56, which is good because it was our best match of the night. Funk's, weak link because he's finally getting old in 2004. And then basically Carino gets out of dodge with his title. Funk is recovering in the ring. Sabu comes back in. They're arguing again. They sort of seems like they agree to disagree. Then Funk turns Sabu around, kick to the gut, and pile driver to end things. So this gets a 53, so pretty solid. And we'll make a speech. So Bryan Danielson, you'll get a good performance. Who else got a good performance? Or better performance than I expected? Nigel, you get a good performance. Actually, Raven, you get a good performance. So we'll see how these other TV shows, how these other shows did, and possibly we'll go from there. Okay. ROH Anniversary Show. Okay. AJ Styles v. Daniels retained the title. Punk defeated Sabin, Credible, and Matt Striker to retain the pure title. Yes, CM Punk versus Chris Sabin, Justin Credible, and Matt Striker in a 4-way to retain the pure title. Okay. Feedback was excellent. Some independent wrestling. Let's see here. Time to heal. Bryan Danielson needs some time to heal. That's fine. Let's see here. Sure. Okay, fine. You can be annoyed, despite I just gave you $3,000. I'm coming backstage. Is it actually okay? No, we're still fine. Looking at our storylines. Okay, so we got Best in the World. That's still at 46. Dub versus Loki. That's at a 31, which is fine. This is at a 46. This is at a 56. So what we'll do is we'll move Carino out of this one. We'll alter this. Then we'll remove Vampiro from this one. We'll add We'll add Steve Carino to this one. And so that'll be our next thing. We'll remove Loki. We'll add Michael Monist. That's our junior heavyweight feud, at least for now. Best in the World is continuing. And also, we gotta actually make this an actual feud, because we're seemingly continuing this, because why not? So we'll add Mana. We'll add Samu. And we'll add Harry Smith, who I really need to book more because he's actually the talented one. So switch alignment to Samu. That is Jack Evans. The heart is aligned with Jack Evans. And TJ Wilson is in line with Jack Evans. Okay, and then, yeah, that's, I think, all we need to do for the moment here. Let me see here, look at our events in TV. Okay, so this we can put dormant. Yeah, okay, so that's gonna go, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's the thing I wanted to do. Some broadcasting here. So, broadcasting, where are we talking about? There we go. Right, okay. Yeah, now we've got nobody who are really, like, and I don't, yeah, I'm okay keeping our big shows off TV to sort of drive fans to them. Okay, so we got staples. Right, okay. They're a faction. And they can be also a brotherhood. Okay. So just take a quick look at our roster. So we got okay, so we got Sabu, Raven. That's actually, wait, where? Okay, that's actually interesting. Karina's only well known, even though he's our like top heel. That's interesting. Anyway, so we got Danielson, Raven, and Sabu, and Diamond as major stars. We've got Ekmo, Lin, and Funk as stars. We've got Loki, Sanjay Dutt, Steve Karina, Vampiro as well known. Then we got a bunch of guys as recognizable, and a bunch more guys as unimportant. Momentum-wise, okay, so nobody's like really hot, but we've got a bunch of people who are warm, including sort of all the important people. Let me see if there's anybody under cooled or chilly who I need to turn around. Funk's a little cooled. So's Raven, which is interesting. But yeah, I can turn those guys around quick enough. And then morale, okay, who... The only other person I really care about being unhappy is Loki, so hey, Loki, here's $1,000. Okay, here's another $1,000. Here's one more $1,000. Okay, you can be irritated. I'm not spending any more money on you. Alright, we'll push things through to the next TV, yeah, and then we'll go from there. Let me double check my scheduling for the TV. Let's see here. Availability. So Danielson is okay, so Danielson will be okay. Interesting. Okay, so we got this MLW, which is our actual taping. Then we got this MLW, which is our actual taping. So we might move this back to here. Yeah, and then we got... Okay. We'll go to this next show, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Yeah, savages. Okay, that's fine. TNA. Chariot retain the tech. Potato. Chariot the gathering. Right, okay, Sandman. Right, okay. Cool, man. Yeah, I have always had a decent computer, so I don't know, like, I know for some people it's a killer on the computer because it's so intensive, but yeah. I mean, this plus, yeah, this plus streaming, this probably doesn't help matters either. Okay, storylines, teams. Do I need to make any other? Let's just add this just in case. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, actually run it. Yeah, running it, yes. Ouch. Yep, that's a pain. That's why I'm happy I don't have any like dogs or other random animals that can cause issues. Which where is my computer? Where's my phone? Oh. Alright, yeah, I'll go ahead and book this next set of TV shows, and then I think we're done for the night. Because that'll get me to 2 hours probably. Okay, yeah, Florida, NXT, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so. Oh. Backstage Egyptians did it. Alright, Sanjay Dutt. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So this is basically not our recap, so. Lots of videos. Okay, so we got Terry Funk promo on Sabu. Yeah, I mean, well, especially depending on the mod you're looking at. Let's do with, okay, so we can do, to build up Michael Modest, we'll have, is he heel? He's a babyface, so he can go over, I want him to go over a heel. Matt Bartel, come on down. So Modest can go over. We'll put Modest over. Let me look at Modest's current. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is when he was still teacher, basically moonlighting as a wrestler on the weekends. Okay. And Heart Foundation. Recap. he sometimes he can be pretty good, sometimes he can be pretty terrible. A lot depends on what exactly he's doing. Oops, not Sabu, Samu. I think that's everybody. Who did I select twice? Oh, that's right. Teddy, TJ, Harry. Who's the other? Who's the fourth? Who's the fourth? Jack Evans. There we go. And that leads into this singles match, where it's Harry Smith versus Mana. And this is pretty much the only guy who I can actually put over. So we'll have Harry go over. I mean, when Vince doesn't have Cole in his ear, he's perfectly fine. I mean, like, he has to deal with, like, just what general wrestling commentary is in 2020, but Cole's, like, when he's on his own, is perfectly fine. Like, his Mae Young commentary was perfectly, okay. Samoans, Vita Perry, Hearts make save. Selling, Murder Defeat, Samu Menace, Mana Menace, and then TJ, Teddy, and Jack. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so we've pretty much like done half our. That we might actually have to take down for a minute. And then actually, yeah, we'll just go straight. Okay, so let's do another. Got Ricky Rays. And then we'll add this three-way match, or not three-way match, or this six-man match. We got Chris Hero, Jose Maximo, Cole Maximo, Homicide, Ricky Rays, Rocky Romero. It can go for 10 minutes. It can steal the show. And it'll end with Chris Hero getting the pinfall victory on Rocky. And a sort of decisive one. Let's see here, who we still need. Okay, got Raven, Sabu, Carino, what can be? Ooh. I'm gonna have to mess up the order here, but Nigel versus Roddy. That doesn't go over. I'll call it in the ring. And a decisive win for Nigel. Okay. Yeah, I suppose it's probably too early for Roderick being able to call in the ring. Okay, so we got Nigel versus Roderick. Nigel and Roderick will shake hands. So yeah, we might need to slowly edit this. Okay, so then we have basically our ending angle, in ring with Extreme Horseman. Raven comes out. So we got Raven, Steve Carino, and CW Anderson and Simon Diamond both being there. This is a minute long, or too long rather. So let's literally make this a 1 minute angle. And then, okay, so we'll have this be our Wild Brawl. We'll have this be our storytelling match. And I think that'll be that. Alright, so yeah, Cole and Taz were solid. In the SmackDown 6 just stays I think when it comes to when it came to that period of not WCW, of SmackDown. Words are hard. Alright, so we got this show, which we're fully booked, so basically it's the first show after Reloaded here. So let's run it and see what happens. So first we've got a Terry Funk promo on Sabu, where basically he's like, Sabu, you screwed me out of the world title, but I'm not dead yet. That's what you felt when I pile drove you. So right now, I'm calling you out. At Crazy Crazy Nights, I want your ass in the ring. 48, perfectly solid promo for Funk. Then we have Michael Modest going over Matt Martell in 6:30 by pinfall. This gets a 39. Modest gets a 42. Martell gets a 31. Perfectly solid match. And then Modest cuts a quick, respectful promo on Dutt, saying, he has respect for Dutt in the ring, but he thinks, he can be the next junior heavyweight champion here in MLW. So that gets a 30. Then we have a quick Hart Foundation recap of their feud over the past few weeks, which has included ECMO debuting, the various members of the Hart Foundation feuding with the Samoan Island tribe, and everything else. So that gets us 21, because these guys aren't incredibly over yet, but that's why we gotta, get them over. And then in a match that Terrible Wrestling, this isn't heat, because these guys aren't really over yet, Harry Smith defeated Mana in 6-7-7-06 by pinfall. Got a 29. Harry Smith got an 18. Mana got a 31. So, not the worst match. Then we had a Samoans basically beating up Harry, but the rest of the Hearts joining up, and through sheer numbers, basically running the Samoans off for now. And that got a 17. Then we have the Pitbulls, Heroes, and SATs recap, basically focusing on Reloaded, where the SATs basically screwed the Pitbulls out of a possibility at winning the 4-way tag match for the titles. And then a recap of the Pitbulls helping Homicide defeat Chris Hero. So then we have a 6-man match, which got a really good rating, especially considering people in the ring. Chris Hero and the SAT defeat Homicide and the Havana Pitbulls in 9:40, when Chris Hero pinned Rocky Romero with the Hero's Welcome, got a 45. Maximo's got 40s, Hero only got a 28. But yeah, really solid stuff. And then in our quote-unquote main event, Nigel McGuinness defeated Roderick Strong at 11:42 by submission with a Tower of London. This gets a 43. Then in a quick 1-minute segment, Nigel and Roderick shake hands. That gets a 30. Then in our things to basically finish finish out for here, we have a Steve Corino in ring with the Extreme Horseman, where then Raven comes out and he basically cuts a promo that says, "Ends with my redemption will be winning the MLW title from you," and that'll happen at Crazy Crazy Nights. And then we have a stare down to end the show. So that gets a 66 because both these guys are really good in the ring. Anderson and Dime were just sort of there. So this gets a 47 because again we're getting the dings for various issues with production, but we're still getting popularity. So until we stop gaining popularity, I'm not going to be that worried about it. So we'll go ahead and book the second show. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So we basically start the show with an announcement. It'll be no, that match doesn't make... Yeah, actually, yeah, that match... And yeah, this is basically just the announcement of the main event for tonight, so... So we'll book that as sort of our opener here. And then in the actual first match of the night, let's see here, I'm going to double check something. Okay, Reno, Collier. Yeah, okay. So in the opener, we'll have Nigel go over Chad Collier. So we'll go 8 minutes. Oh, nope, Nigel will not be the victor. Nigel will be the victor. Open match. And a decisive win for old Nigel. And then we'll have a Nigel and Collier handshake. Then storyline wise, let's see here. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's actually add, okay, so we'll do a tag match here. So, go to our tag view, exclude those already booked. So, it's going to be Quantum Prima taking on the Heavy on Pit Bulls. That'll go 8 minutes. Romero will go over. Open match. Decisive win. Book the segment. Then after the match, SAT come out. Chase Pitbulls. Double plank chest. So that'll be Ricky and Rocky. Okay. Perino promo. Raven doesn't deserve a title shot. Then we'll have a not quick match, but a quickish match. Because it's going to be Loki taking on. Let's see here. Who can go over that won't hurt that much? Yeah, it can be. It can be. Yeah, it can be Jack Evans. So decisive win. Pinfall. Victory for Loki. And then Loki will cut a promo. I'm not finished with Dut. So that can go 3 minutes. Then we'll have our tag team main event. Of Terry Funk and Vampiro taking on Jerry Lynn and Sabu. It'll go 15 minutes. And in the end, Sabu will get the win on Vampiro. It'll be a car crash. Open match, and a decisive win for old Sabu with a pinfall, because submission will not make sense. Well, JJ Dillon, you get to book this baby. Anything else? Let's see here. Okay, and then this can be our storytelling. And then we'll close things out. Sabu and Funk brawl to back. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and roll this and see how it goes. So we've got basically Kevin Kelly starting the show saying the main event of tonight will be Terry Funk and Vampiro taking on the team of Sabu and Jerry Lynn. So this gets a 36. Then in our opening match, Nigel McGuinness going over Chad Collier in 7:33 by submission with the Tower of London. That gets a 43. And the match got the crowd hotter. And then the handshake gets a 27. Because again, it was 1 minute and not much happened. So then we have the Havana Pitbulls going over Quance and Puma in 7:47 when Romero submitted Bobby Quance. This got a 36. Not the worst match, not the best match either. The SAT come out. They basically chase the Pitbulls. The Pitbulls run out the other side of the ring, and then the SAT had a huge big old plancha right on the Pitbulls. Right, yeah, that'll make sense. That gets a 14. Again, not the best thing, but not the worst thing ever. Then Steve Perino, cut a promo, basically saying, Raven, you don't deserve a title shot. You can talk all you want about redemption, but the truth is, you're just like all the other never was and has been in this company. I'm the future of professional wrestling, and I'm going to lead the MLW into the future, no matter what you want. So that's going to be a 64. And then Loki going over Jack Evans in 5:56 with the Warriors Wake. It's a 33 because they don't click, unfortunately. And Loki cuts a quick promo, basically saying, "I'm not finished with Dut, no matter what MLW says. Duckin says MLW can say Michael Monis is the #1 contender. Well, things can happen. And then in our main event, which got a shockingly good 52, even though Terry Funk cracked his ribs, because of course he did, Jerry Lynn and Sabu defeated Terry Funk and Vampiro in 15-13 when Sabu pinned Vampiro with the Arabian Facebuster. This gets a 52. Vampiro got a 56, Funk got a 39, Sabu got a 60, Lynn got a 56. Yep, I saw that. And then the show ends with Sabu and Funk brawling to the back. That gets a 51 to end things out. And this gets a 49 overall. So again, another really solid show. So let's just see if anything interesting popped up, but otherwise we will be pretty much, I think, done for tonight. So, survey says, yeah, okay. Nothing huge happened, so, yeah. Ooh, Noah. Why are all my people getting offered runs with Japanese companies? Let's see, let's just check out Medical. Medical says, because I find it, Terry Funk, okay. He'll be better in a week. Okay. Okay, so that's all for now. If you've been watching the stream, thanks for coming out and watching. Otherwise, if you're watching this VOD on YouTube, go ahead and give it a comment, a like, or subscribe to the channel to see more fun stuff, including my future, the continuation of my WCW save, some more of this MLW fun, my local global in the Cornellverse, the CWA Cornellverse, and probably more stuff as it happens. But, that's it for now. I'm going to be trying to streaming pretty regularly as much as I can. But that's it for now. So, adios. So see you later, and adios, and have a good one.